Well, as we've mentioned, many people plan to brave the heat to enjoy the July 4th festivities happening on the National Mall. And joining us live from Southeast D.C. with details on safety preparations is D.C. Fire and EMS Chief John Donnelly. Thank you so much for joining us, Chief.
Thank you for having me. It's an important subject today.
So for the first time, the annual fireworks display has been designated a national security special event. We're in a complex threat environment. How has your department prepared, and what are you preparing for?
So first of all, the fire department, along with the rest of the DC agencies, are working very closely with the Secret Service, who's leading the planning efforts, to make sure that we have a safe and happy 4th of July. And that includes making sure there's water for people in bathrooms, as well as keeping them safe from anything that might also happen.
Yeah, weather is definitely a factor in this scenario. How quickly can someone go from feeling uncomfortable to experiencing a life-threatening heat stroke, especially in a crowded environment?
So heat strokes can happen fast, especially if you have underlying medical conditions. And I think people that are at risk need to be extra careful. But what's really scary in this level of heat is that real healthy people that think they could go out and exercise in the middle of the day, or maybe normally okay walking to the mall and spending the day out in the sun, can get overwhelmed pretty quickly. So we want you to be careful. We want you to know your distances, drink water, and take your time everywhere you go.
What are some of the warning signs that you should call 911 right away?
So if you stop sweating, if you observe somebody who stops sweating, if you observe somebody who's experiencing confusion, maybe dizziness and lightheadedness, those are the 911 calls right away. If it's a lot of sweating, take a break, get some water, maybe get some ice packs. But if you're not sure about where your health is, go ahead and call 911. We have a lot of resources in place. We want to come to you before it gets really bad.
And when temperatures climb above 100 degrees, which is what we're forecasting, what changes operationally for firefighters and EMS crews?
So this is the toughest time of the year for the fire and EMS crews that are out in your communities protecting you. If we go to a fire, we're on a 15-minute work cycle. For every 45 minutes of rest would be ideal. And sometimes we can't meet that ideal because of the situation. So I'm so happy that our folks are in great shape, that they're hydrated and they're preparing for this. But this is really hard work for them. Even on an ambulance, going out, lifting patients, it can get more tiring than you think. So it's a tough time of year for us. That's why we put extra resources in. That's why we're monitoring all of the calls that we go on. But we're going to have to take our time this weekend. We're going to have to be safe for ourselves so we can help you.
Absolutely. We want everyone to get through this holiday safely. And finally, Chief, in addition to the heat, there's also this severe weather threat, that component adding to the lineup for Saturday. If lightning approaches while spectators are packed together, what message do you want to get out?
So the weather conditions are going to be monitored in all of our command posts. The Secret Service is the lead agency. They'll have the call on what happens. But I think we have really robust plans in and communications plans to alert people if the conditions are something where they need to do something other than they're doing at that moment. So it may be, if you see an evacuation sign to go to a certain building or to get off the street, those signs should be followed the first time you see them, because these things develop fast. And I think that's the most important message. There will be people, if we need to do anything, giving direction, official people over the signboards, from law enforcement, from fire officials. Please follow those initially. Don't think you can wait it out. We're only doing that if we know there's a problem.
And I know another resource is the Alert DC website. You guys will be putting out information there as well. Chief John Donnelly, thank you so much for joining us today, and happy 4th.
Thank you. You too.